The research data that we generate, it is very complex and we need effective solutions to understand this data better. This is where bioinformatics can help you. It provides clarity and help you understand your data better. At BioNome, we help you create unparalleled research and achieve much more. Research, it begins with curiosity, like a simple question that leads to an exploration and discovery. But in the modern era, research isn't simply about asking questions. It's about going through complex data, understanding this data, analyzing this data, and we are finding meaningful answers to our research question. Here's the challenge. I want you to think about it. A single research project, it can generate humongous data. So how do you make sense out of it? How are you going to ensure that your research question is actually giving you meaningful insight? For example, let's say you are studying on cancer. Where do you begin your research question? Should you focus on the genetic mutation, or maybe on the protein interactions, or on drug responses? These are tough questions, and without the right tool, the path ahead can be very difficult. That's where bioinformatics comes in.
Let's understand this in a better way. What is the answers to the biggest scientific question but decode in the data which you already have? So how can we decode the data with more faster precision and the clarity way? So that is the power of the bioinformatics. From vaccine design to biomarker identification, bioinformatics reduces the work from hypothesis to the results part.
Before discussing about what are the research you can do with bioinformatics, let's clear up some common myths about bioinformatics research. No, many tools in bioinformatics are freely available online and you can use it in simple computers. Totally not true. With proper guidance, anyone with a basic understanding of biology can learn bioinformatics and they can apply bioinformatics into their research. You're wrong again. Bioinformatics provide actionable data that guide lab experiments and real-world activities. Many researchers, they often struggle with analyzing their complex data. They don't know how to use the right tools or they don't know where to start. Now, let's talk about the real challenges researchers face. How do you analyze massive data sets without making any errors? What if you don't have access to expensive tools or advanced lab? And how do you ensure your results are reproducible and publishable? That's exactly where BioNome steps in. We simplify bioinformatics for researchers by providing hands-on training, custom solutions.
Now let's talk about what we offer at BioNome. In drug development, we predict the interactions for optimizing compounds and the journey from lab to market can be greatly shortened. With whole genome analysis, we can understand the hidden genetic patterns and studies diseases like cancer and Alzheimer's. While you can see the big picture on how disease-associated targets interact with the drugs and biological molecules through network pharmacology. While biomarkers discovery, regulatory networks or targets can be studied easily with the interactor.
We understand the value of time in the research. That's why we deliver the results very faster and the quick way.
Here are some questions that we often hear about bioinformatics. We guide you step by step from project design to data analysis so that you can do your research easily. Absolutely. A well-structured bioinformatics project often leads to high impactful publication. We will guide you on how to present your data in a way that meets the journal standard and maximize your research visibility. Yes, if your field involves biological data, the answer is totally a yes. That's totally fine. Even small data set can yield meaningful results if you are interpreting it in the right way. Reproducibility is a cornerstone of good research. We provide structured workflows and quality control steps so that you can confidently validate and replicate your findings.